Yes, you're welcome once again to another episode of Couch Controversy. For the very first time on this show, we are having a student as a guest. Now, the guest is a very amazing young lady whom we all know very well. She's our current HOC, head of council, female head of council, and she's an IB2. Now, without further ado, let's welcome the guest on today's show, Miss Hedia Dickson. Whoa! Okay, hi Hedia.
Hi Joshua.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, you?
I'm also doing well, thank you. So, first of all, let's start with names. Your name is Hedia Dickson, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So please, do you have any other names?
I do. I have two others. My middle names are Henriette and Mansa.
Henriette and Mansa. Wow, lovely names.
Thank you.
What's the origin?
Mansa means third girl because I'm the third girl.
Okay.
And Henriette is the female version of Henry. So my grandfather was called Henry. So
nice.
Henriette. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So although you're HOC, right? HOC. Was there any other position you considered running for back when you were running for HOC?
Yes, actually. In grade 9, 10, I considered sports. I think I even discussed it with my friends and they were like, yeah, you'll be good at sports too. And then IB1 actually, during online school, I briefly considered secretary and then I settled on HOC.
Okay, so what made you consider sports fit?
Well, I want to do something I liked and I do enjoy the sports and I feel like I was a good ambassador for female sports. Yeah, that was basically the main reason.
So HOC was third choice?
Not necessarily. It was always like a debate. Like HOC was always there. So then grade 9, 10, it was kind of between HOC or sports. In grade 11, it was really briefly. When I entered grade 11, I was like, okay, HOC is what I'm going to go for. And then like for 1 week, I was like, oh, secretary, and then.
Okay. So it means if you had to choose one role for just a day for fun, which one would you pick? Secretary or sports?
I'll actually go with sports because I work really closely with the secretary, so I know exactly what her job is like, and it's kind of just as busy as HOC. I think I want to go for a more relaxed job like sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So when as you're thinking about sports, was there any, if you had gotten sports, was there anything you'd have brought, any new thing you'd have brought to the school, sports related?
Well, I hadn't thought that far, as I told you. It was like grade 9, 10, I was now thinking about what I wanted to do. So it was just about, at that stage, it was about what I liked. So at that point, I hadn't really thought about anything new I wanted to bring, yeah.
Okay. So you have been in school for 4 years, this school for 4 years, from grade 9. So we would like to know the winning 4-course meal for TIS in a day. That's breakfast, snack, lunch, and dinner. What do you see as the best?
That's a difficult question because like the meals we had grade 9, 10 are very different from the meals grade 11, 12. Okay, breakfast. Can it be something we don't have anymore? Yeah,
you can add it.
Okay, it was definitely Thursday, juice and bread and sausage, and then sometimes there was strawberry jam. Bro, that day I used to run to the MPH. That breakfast was it. So that would be that one. And then snack. Snack, there are lots of options, but I really like how we have the hot dogs now with the vegetables and occasionally ranch, so maybe I'll go with hot dogs. Then lunch, it will have to be boiled plantain and kontomire, or eggs tea, whichever one I feel like on that day. And then dinner, I like the type of pasta vegetable thing we've been having nowadays. I really like that one, or bread. When we have bread. Either that,
Too serious. Okay, so you sound like a food enthusiast. You like food a lot. Wow, that's nice. So do you cook?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. What food can you cook?
What do I like to do best?
Yeah.
I'm still working on my jollof, so nobody should come and ask me to make jollof. But I think the ones I like to cook what I like. So I like making fried rice, any type of pasta. I really enjoy pasta. It's really dawning on me that I like pasta. My soups, I don't make them alone. I have to make them with my mom, so I'm still polishing that as well. Yeah, I guess those are the main things.
Oh, nice. So the pasta, what type do you like?
I'm very basic, like just no spaghetti, like some funky pasta and then some stew. I don't know.
Okay. So do you have any nicknames?
I guess.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I have nicknames. People call me different things, so yeah.
Can you give an example?
Okay, so Cynthia calls me Broomstick. Adeline calls me Dickinson. Kisha calls me Heidi. It differs for the person.
Why does India call you broomstick?
Because I call it beach ball. Like, because I'm skinny.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So, who would you say is your hero? It can be a celebrity, anyone close to you, any mentor, like your hero, and then the reason for you picking that person.
No, I really don't like that question.
Why not?
Because I feel like there are so many options, and hero is such a grand title. But I guess I have to go with the answer I gave last time. When we had an assembly one time, and they did interview with the council members, they asked the same question. And that time, I still agree with that that response. So I said my hero would have to be Christ. Because I mean, your hero is someone who is your savior, someone you look up to, someone you want to be like. So he's the best role model. So
yeah, true. So apart from Christ, is there anyone
like a real life person?
Yeah, it can be multiple people if you want.
Model, hero. Can it be pieces of different people? I like this person's this, I like this person's this. So when I have this really good friend, and I really love her bubbly personality, like it makes it very easy for her to make friends, easy for her to like, it helps her with her confidence, and she's always wanting to please people, like to make people happy, not please people in the sense that she's a pushover, but to make people happy. And then my mom is really compassionate. She's very, very giving and very selfless. And I'm working on that. So. And my sister is really good with words. Like she knows when to keep quiet, when to talk, and she's always like trying to be aware of how her words have impact on others. And I've been told a lot that I need to watch my tongue. So that's something I aspire to be able to do. I guess that's what I have for now. Maybe ask me another time.
Okay, so since we're on the topic of heroes or big people, who is one celebrity you want to meet or you wanted to meet for the longest time?
Celebrities I want to meet or have wanted to meet for the longest time. I really like the band For King and Country. Do you know it? What? For King and Country.
King and Country.
Your face. They're like a Christian pop band, and their family dynamic is really, really funny and it's really cute. And they both are really wise. And when I watch their concerts online, they're very, very fun, like very engaging, very wild, very loud. Yeah.
So you like to meet them?
Yeah, they seem like very down to earth type of human beings, and yeah.
Are you interested in music?
Yeah, I do like music.
You play any instruments?
I've been learning the guitar for like, if I tell you the number of years, it's quite embarrassing. So I did the piano when I was younger, and I got a really terrible teacher at some point, so it turned me off the instrument. But I still like the piano as an instrument. I just don't know how to play it anymore. But I'll say I'm learning the guitar.
Nice. Okay, so let's come back to school. What's your favorite subject and why?
Biology, hands down.
Biology?
Yeah, I love it.
That was fast. Why is that biology?
I don't know how to describe it, but I just, it's so nice to read about something and then see it. Like when we study something in biology, my eyes are open, I'm looking for it all over the place.
Okay.
Like,
example?
For example, like when we were learning about antibodies in Unit 11, any small thing, like any small cold, and I'm like, oh, I'm seeing my body do the work. Like I'm envisioning everything, and I just find it so cool.
Oh, nice. That's interesting. Yeah, so I think I also got that at a point in time, the same topic, the same antibodies thing. Yeah, so where do you see yourself in, we are graduating soon, going to college, going to work, going to start life, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 and 10 years?
5 years, God willing, I'll be done with uni.
Okay.
I don't believe I want to do a master's anytime soon if I want to do a master's. So in 5 years' time, I hope to be working, not just in the field that I study, but doing a lot of creative things on the side. My sister and I want to start some stuff together. So I hope those things will be thriving. And 5 years, how would I be? Yeah. No, I was checking something. Just
okay, so which uni are you plan on going to, by the way?
I don't know. I don't have a dream uni at all. Like, I'm excited for that next stage of my life to go to uni, but I don't have any school that I've tied that excitement to. So yeah.
But for the next 10 years?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part of the question. The next 10 years, I hope to be married. I'll be 27.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, I hope to be married. I hope to whatever I'm working in terms of like where I want to earn my living, I hope I'm enjoying it and I'm at a good place in it. And yeah, I hope to be really doing like just lots of things that are on my heart, like a lot of desires. I hope they'll be accomplished. They'll come to fruition. And in terms of family life, I hope to have a few nieces and nephews, like my sister Sharap, and get married.
Okay, nice. Okay, so to the people watching, she's planning to get married in 10 years. So
I said I hope.
so she hopes to get married in 10 years. So look sharp. Anyway, do you ever feel the weight? Yeah, the HOC. So
yes.
Do you ever feel the weight of running the whole school, like on your back or your shoulders? Like you feel like the responsibility heavy on you like that?
Sometimes, not heavy in the sense that I'm breaking down, but heavy in the sense that, you know, when something gets difficult, you start to question whether you should have done it in the first place, and you might also get a little bit agitated, like your mood changes. Yeah, I've had those seasons in my tenure, and yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I discussed that with the incoming HOCs and the one that when I told Annalisa about this, and yeah, it has happened a few times. It's good to have a co-HOC, but sometimes the stress comes from the council members themselves. So that's when it gets even more difficult, because you're like, I'm supposed to share this burden with you guys, and it's coming from you too. So yeah.
Okay. So what do you do when it happens? That burden.
What do I do when it happens? I need to step back, because I'm not good at handling my emotions. Like when I'm in a mood, me myself, I'm confused about what's going on in my body, right? So when that happens, I usually just need to step back and and whoever was, if it has to do with maybe a grade or there was a big issue that was happening, if I can address it with the people, I do that. If not, if I can discuss it with a council member I feel comfortable with, I do that. But it's usually just me taking a step back, like pausing the duties for a minute, pausing even like schoolwork and stuff, just to breathe. Because if I'm not in a good place as a council member, it will go into all the other things that I do as Hedia. So,
so do you think under leadership the school has become better, and in what way has it become better? If yes, you understand the question?
Yeah, I understand it perfectly. Thank you. Do I think the school has become better
under your leadership?
Under my leadership?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't give a straight answer. I even wanted to say I don't think it has become worse, but then again, I feel like I have to hear from the student body to even really know if it has become better or become worse, because from my standpoint, I may not fully see the impact since most of it's affecting everybody. I need to hear from everyone. Has it become better? If so, how? Has it become better? I hope it has. Yeah, there's certain things our season as council members was very difficult. We really led the school during COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
There were lots of barriers blocking us from doing so many things that we all dreamt of doing. I mean, look at chaplaincy, look at sports, look at hostel. Like, there were lots of things that were that were unable to happen. So I feel like to the school, it looked like we made the school worse because of the situation we found ourselves in. But I feel like in terms of handling everything COVID has thrown at us and everything that really changed this past 2 semesters, I feel like we handled it properly. Like in terms of just making everyone feel calm and feel like this is not all that the school has offered. It's not just masks and social distancing. Yeah.
Okay. So this one is going to get a bit tensions. Yep. Who is your favorite sibling and who is the one that drives you crazy?
My favorite sibling.
They watch this, so be careful.
Hi guys. I have 4 siblings, so there are lots of options. The one that drives me crazy would definitely be my little brother. I mean, we're the closest in age. I think we've had the most arguments, like the most brawls, and like different genders too. And at a point, I was really used to be pissed at my brother. I felt like he was just copying my life. I was like, live your own life. Brother and I, we've had our times, but I mean, he's cool, we're cool. So I feel like the one who drives me the most insane would definitely be my brother. My favorite sibling, I can't answer that question. I'm not giving you a favorite sibling. I don't have a favorite sibling. They're all too different for me to have a favorite.
Oh, okay. So, some IB2s, people not agree. They say, oh, IB is a scam. IB, why IB? Like, what's the point? What's your viewpoint on that? What's your take on that?
I mean, when you're doing the IB, when you're doing the DP, it can feel like a scam. Okay. But I asked my sisters, they both did IB as well. I was asking them how it's applicable outside of DP, because that's what they preach. That, oh, you're making you world ready. You'll be able to do things that those who are doing GES and friends, they don't do it, blah, 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 blah. So I was really asking those type of questions. Just like her time management, her ability to meet certain deadlines and to do certain content she can tell it is easier because of the essay you've had to write. I mean, if you're a diploma student, extended essay, your IELTS, it's all just writing and writing and writing and researching and researching and researching. And uni is all about researching and researching and researching. And also, they got to skip certain classes because of the type of course we do in the diploma. And in terms of just making you ready for your outside world, I honestly feel like it helps to some extent. Like, whether you like it or not, you have to gain some sort of self-management skill. I mean, even if you're the type that does it the night before, there's something that will change. I feel like there's something that will change in terms of that world readiness outside of the school, I guess. But I feel like certain things are just upset. Like the hours they give us for certain things, I hope they know nobody. I mean, the hours they give us for certain things can't be extended. I feel like it just makes the students more stressed. But are there certain things I might take out of the DP? Well, I feel like we already have stuff taken out for us because of COVID. So maybe for us it's a bit more comfortable. I don't know. That's my stance.
Okay, nice. So for the juniors to come, what's as you are the subjects you do, you possibly know the best subject combination.
Depending on what you want to do.
Best students who have the best combination.
Like the IB will be easy for you combination. Okay, I understand.
What do you think is the best combination?
Oh, the IB easy combination. Most definitely lit and business HL. Your last HL might be something like
ITGS.
Business lit ITGS HL, then Spanish AB ESS, and then math AISL. Do it, you fly.
You fly. 7777.
Yeah, business. Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, so juniors, this is what you should know. Best subject combination. Listen to our HOC. Okay, so as a child, was there a dream profession you had? Like you wanted to do this so much. Like when I grew up, I want to be this. I want to do this. So was there something like that?
You see, I've never been very decisive, and I don't like to make decisions because when I make a decision, I don't want to go back on it. So growing up, I actually didn't pick a career I wanted. One was imposed on me. I was very artsy as a child, and my parents bought me these, they bought me Legos, this giant box of Legos, and I used to enjoy playing with it and building with it, and they were like, that's going to be our architect. And then it just followed me till IB1, they were waiting for me to say, guys, I'm going to do architecture. It was just on me. Hedia is going to be the architect. Hedia is going to be the architect. Yes, that was my childhood.
So you want to be an architect?
No. I told you they were waiting for me to say it, but I didn't say.
So how did you tell them you don't want to be an architect?
I told them what I wanted to do, and so I didn't say I don't want to be an architect. I said I want to be it.
How did they take it?
Oh, my parents are not very strict when it comes to careers and subject choices. They're just like, is this something you really want to do? Is it something that you think will be beneficial? I mean, I know you do things for passion, but you have to think about money too and those type of things. So it was just like, oh, really? You don't want to do architecture, but if you don't want to do the architecture, don't do the architecture.
Okay. So I know there was COVID. So your time as council people or council people, I would say, was not long like that. Like you couldn't do as much. So what would you say some of your achievements are for your time as head girl?
Can I talk about the whole council cohort since?
Yeah, but mostly about you, yeah.
Okay. So should I start with me or?
Head girl first, and then the whole cohort.
Okay, so as head girl, I think when we walked in, we were really trying to solve the problem of miscommunication. So we tried our best to always share information when necessary, if necessary. So in terms of, it could be, if we're going to do something, making sure people like hostel guardians, coordinators, and everybody knows, so there's not that conflict of, hey, you didn't say this, and this, and then also things between admin and the school body. School body has problems, we send it straight to admin, admin's response, we bring it back. We really wanted to help with our communication. I think we improved that. I wouldn't say it's top tier, but I think I feel like we improved it. And we also and part of improving that communication was through our speed bump initiative.
Okay.
So it was to gather all the problems together, send them all at once, and then try and solve them one by one. Some we can solve them by sending information back to the student body. Some were able to solve them just by talking to coordinators and people like that.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, I think that's like the main goal working. I think we improved that a little bit more. And I think also being approachable, an approachable council, I feel like we are a pretty approachable council. Like a lot of the council members are friends with the juniors. I feel like we were good with that. And that was one of our speed bump questions too, and we had a cool response. So
I see you don't have your badge. Is it because you're going
no.
power? Or?
No, it's actually a funny story. I promise I'm not irresponsible, but when I was going to do my COVID test, you know how some of the centers give TIS a discount?
Yeah.
I was going, my mother was like, send ID. And I told her I don't need it because last time I went, they didn't ask for any ID. And she said, go with ID. And the school doesn't do student cards anymore. So I took my badge because it has my name and it has the school, this thing. I took my badge and I brought it back home, and then I left it in the bag that I took to the center. So I always keep my badge in this little pouch in my school bag. So I forgot that I took it to the center, and it was in the bag that I took to the center. So when I got to, I was like, where's my badge? And then it's in the bag that is in.
So it's at home?
It's at home, yeah, it's at home. Yeah, it's at home.
So, how have you enjoyed your time as, how has your time as HOC been? Have you enjoyed it? Have you, detested it at times? How's it been for you? The whole journey, the whole time?
I think, like most things, the experience was bittersweet. There were some really lovely moments. One of my favorite memories from TIS would definitely be doing something as HOC. It was the orientation week before the newbies came to school.
Okay.
Well, while the newbies were here too, the week right before all returning students came. So that week was very nice. Yeah, you were here for half of it. For the first time, we were here for a bit longer than you. But that week I really enjoyed that week. And then there were times where it was annoying. That's just the right word. It was annoying. It was tiring. No. That was a good part. I'm talking about a bad part. Yeah. At some point, the job was just annoying. Like you're just like, nobody appreciates what I'm doing. It was basically that. Sometimes it was just really annoying, and you're like, why am I doing this? No, I understand. I working, I knew it was sacrifice, but sometimes you're just like, you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes, and you're here talking anyhow. It was very annoying. Like the student body, like anyone you're leading can be very annoying when they don't. What I didn't like was when people wouldn't ask questions and would just make assumptions. Outside of leadership, even that thing really annoys me, where you don't know what's going on. At least ask, be wrong or be right. And that thing happens a lot under leadership, especially as a council leader and student body, because people will just start to talk anyhow, thinking they know what they're talking about. And that portion was really, really annoying. But it's part of the job.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so we do Duke of Edinburgh.
Yes, we do.
I think, are you a gold? Yeah, gold award.
Yes, I am.
You recently got a gold. I also got one.
Yeah, we were there together.
So, what's your take on Duke of Edinburgh? Do you think it's helpful? Do you think it's a waste of time? What do you think about it? How do you feel about it?
David, I see the plug you're trying to do here, but I think Duke of Edinburgh is good. I personally like. At least the adventure side of the adventurous journey part of the Duke of Edinburgh. I like those type of trips. But aside from the adventurous journey part, where you have to develop a skill, do some sort of social work, do some sort of physical activity, I think it's good for people who tend to be complacent or procrastinate expanding their horizons, because you have to meet a certain number of hours and it forces you to do that. And it helps you develop a new passion, work on a skill that you've been trying to work on. I mean, for example, I could have used Duke of Edinburgh to polish my guitar skills, but
yes.
So someone else can use it for an instrument situation. But it helps you, basically what I've said, work on things that you've been pushing aside, develop new passions. And those of you who want your 2022 summer body, the physical activity part is there. So, yeah, okay. I think it's good.
So, what's your take on people who forged their hours? When it goes to the end, people are just forging their hours, typing things that they even know about. So what's your take on that?
My take on that is integrity, guys. Integrity.
Okay, Dr. Ken will be proud of you. Okay, so how do you think, what's your style of leadership? Like, how do you think your style of leadership is? Like, how do I ask this? How do I phrase this?
I think I get it.
How you describe your style of leadership?
Funny enough, I was recently talking to one of the incoming council members about my style of leadership and how it's good to establish your style of leadership so your cohort knows how to approach, like they understand you as a leader. It's good to understand your leader. I think I'm definitely the type of leader that has an on and off switch, where most of the time when I'm in HOC mode, like there's a switch, it's either Hedia or there's HOC. There's usually, I can have Hedia and HOC, but in terms of doing, if I'm in the job, like I don't know, having to talk to people at meetings or give out instructions or things like that, there's a switch where it's HOC, you understand? Because HOC Hedia can be a bit stern, a bit, like a bit, a bit cold, but that's just what works for me. I have the switch, and it's sad for those who don't know Hedia, who think Hedia is only HOC because of my style of leadership. Do you understand? Yes. So I try, but I'm not very extroverted either, so I try my best to show people Hedia too, so that they don't only know HOC, because HOC can be, she can be a little bit. Yeah, so that's, I think, myself, it's what works for me. Some people are different. That's just what I've figured out.
Nice. That's just like a certain David Safwan.
Really? I think David Safwan's style is very different.
Oh, how do you think so?
I don't know, I feel like HOC and David are one.
The same?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Not possible.
Not, at least not as distinct as Hedia and HOC.
Yeah, not as distinct, but still. Yeah. It's a mix of both. So, yeah, so a question from the fans. Do you have a boyfriend?
So this question,
yeah,
I know exactly who sent in this question. I've seen you. Yes, currently I'm in a complicated relationship with, IBDP. I see a breakup on the horizon. There's a breakup coming up soon, but no, I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So why not?
Because I'm trying to focus on my books, so I've not listened to Jack's song.
That's right. Focus on your books. Jack. Okay, so why? This is a very interesting question.
Okay.
I don't agree with it, but why don't you smile often? People want to know why you don't.
Really, I don't smile often.
I promise. I'm shocked. I see you smile a lot. So.
Do you see, this is what I'm saying about those who don't know Hedia and only know HOC? Because I actually feel like do I have a terrible resting face?
No.
Maybe the mask also don't help.
It's possible.
Because you have to really focus and look at someone's eyes, see that they are smiling. So maybe it's that. Eyes. But I think I'm not beaming all the time. Yeah. But I don't think I'm
frowning.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to those who think I don't smile. I'm smiling.
So have you had what's the wildest dream you've ever had?
Hey. I don't know, because you often don't remember your dreams.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think maybe the wildest dreams will have to be the ones where it's a mixture of the weirdest things. Like a mixture of different groups of people that I know but don't know each other. Okay. Then a mixture of different things, like, I don't know, mixing real life and I'll have some fairy tales inside the dream. I can't, like, when you mix worlds, I don't know, I'll be on air and suddenly some sci-fi situation, like, I don't know, one of those things where everything is just meshed. I can't remember a specific one, but I sometimes have dreams like that.
Can you give an example of a dream you had like that?
I just said I don't remember any of them.
Oh, okay. So what would you say is the scariest thing you've ever done?
Scariest?
Yeah, scariest.
Thing I've ever done?
Yeah, ever done.
I'm not really ambitious or impulsive or... Hey, scariest thing I've ever done?
Yeah, scariest thing I've done.
Can you give me an example? I don't know, I need to think. Nothing is coming to mind.
Like, maybe you were walking on a balcony and you almost fell off the roof or something, like anything that caused your heart to catch. Yeah, or you were in the ocean and then maybe so maybe you had a boat.
Honestly, I can't think.
Oh, okay.
I really can't think.
Okay, so what's your favorite location in the school? Like a place where you go, you get peace, the internet works quickly, you feel at home. What's your favorite place like that in the school?
I think that will have to be the art lab. Because the art lab is really peaceful. There are not many people there. And I have a lot of fun memories from the art lab. Grade 9 and 10, e-portfolio. It was a fun time. And yeah, the AC works fine. The Wi-Fi usually works well for me. as long as there are not many people there,
Okay.
and there are not many people in the art lab. So.
But doesn't the sense of the oil paints and things affect you or anything?
Well, that I actually only started to notice that recently. I feel like it got worse recently.
Yeah,
I don't know whether the DP2s or DP1s doing their work are using a lot of oil,
Yeah, DP1.
a lot of oil paint.
Yeah.
But this percent is not there.
I've been a DP1. So, final thing we want to know, how do you balance your time well? You know, for people doing a lot of activities and also want to learn at the same time, how do you get a perfect balance with your time?
The best thing is a timetable.
Okay.
And on your timetable, have a slot for rest. Like literally write down after school on Thursday, rest.
Okay.
And having a daily planner, like I have my planner that carries me everywhere. So when I wake up in the morning, I cross-check with my timetable on Manage Back and then my personal timetable to see what needs to be achieved for the day. And I remember things that I have to do. For example, when I'm making my timetable, I know that on Sundays I have council meeting. So I usually wouldn't put anything for Sunday morning because we will have council meeting. So know the type of things you're involved in, the amount of time they take so that you can balance the rest of your responsibilities.
Okay. Thank you. So
Thank you
who
too.
want to balance their time, you should use that advice.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you very much for being here with us, for being our guest for this episode of Couch Controversy. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No.
So this is it for today. See you next time.
Bye-bye.